Breaking news on Fox News Channel. The suspects are in court at the federal courthouse in Boston right now, waiting to have their first appearance before a U.S. magistrate in connection with brand new charges in connection with the bombing of the Boston Marathon. Heather Hansen is here in studio, criminal defense attorney, and with knowledge of these sorts of things. It feels as if, Heather, this is the beginning. To suggest that all that they will be charged with are these, and 5 years and 8 years respectively, really it throws a blind eye to what this affidavit suggests, because what this affidavit suggests is clear.
Well, especially the footnote. In the footnote, which everyone has underlined again and again, where they say that they knew in advance that these brothers actually knew how to make bombs. So, you know, if you look at that, it's certainly something that could lead to some further investigation. The issue is now that they have these gentlemen under their custody, and they can use them for investigation. You know, the best thing about this type of investigation is they can get more information from them. Where did the brothers get their radicalization? Where did they get the materials for the bombs? All of these things are the types of investigation that they're going to use, and it's the only hope on the defense side is to be able to negotiate, give them some information, and maybe bring down some of these charges.
Yeah, I wonder with the American citizen, if you can't say to this American citizen who lives in Cambridge, look here, you made a very bad decision. And if you knew about this in advance, anything about it in advance, any single solitary thing, you better give it up.
Well, that's exactly right.
Unless you want more, because I covered crime and justice long enough as a journalist for 15 years before coming to this network to know that's how it works. They get you in a room and they lay out what your life might be, and it is not pretty.
Well, and they've used that, you know, in 2009, the attempted subway bombings, they used the information that they got from people that they had arrested on obstruction of justice charges to make the case against the attempted bombers. So it is something that they're going to absolutely use. When they arrested the people in New Bedford, they arrested a woman as well. We haven't heard anything about her.
No.
So I am sure that there's further investigation here. If you're defending these guys, you need to be trying to negotiate some sort of deals here. And the other interesting thing, Shep, is that the lawyers that have been quoted as representing the two gentlemen from Kazakhstan are actually, I think, immigration lawyers, because they were in court for immigration issues, not criminal issues. So that lawyer may change.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Again, criminal defense attorney Heather Hansen, again with us here in studio. This could be the beginning, not the end.
Absolutely going to be the beginning, not just for these guys, but for other people for sure. I mean, they're going to, as I said before, use them to investigate everyone that they possibly can, get all the information that they can. I think that's why you'll see the not guilty pleas. You know, they're not going to come in and plead guilty. They're going to plead not guilty and then try to come to some sort of deal. It seems from the affidavit that these gentlemen knew that the guy was a suspect. They had seen the pictures on CNN, and they realized that Jakar had probably committed this crime.
Criminal defense attorney Heather Hansen with us again in studio. A lot of work to be done here. They're handling these the two and the one separately.
Well, it's interesting, and that's probably because the two had already been in custody, and the other was picked up today. It'll be interesting to see if the other has an attorney. I had read somewhere that the two from Kazakhstan had attorneys provided by the consulate. So the one today may not even have an attorney, and then there becomes the issue: do they get a public defender? There's a conflict there, because the public defender's office is representing the bombing suspect. So it may have to get someone inside.
Briefly, what happens 2 weeks from tomorrow?
They will get before the same judge. It's the magistrate, Judge Bowler, who also is hearing the bombing suspect. The charges will be read to all three of them. They will have to enter a plea, and then they will set time limits for discovery and proceeding with the case.
So it's mostly procedural at this point?
Mainly procedural.
All right. Well, one thing we do know is that Diaz Kaderbayev and Azmat Tazayakov are back in jail.